Hello everybody, welcome. We're back with more Final Fantasy XIV. Yay.
Yay!
It's been a day and it's currently raining here in Tulio.
Yes. Which is why we're inside.
Yes. Enjoying mini tacos and chips and salsa. Chips and salsa. So what the agenda tonight is role quest
Yes.
for
Probably will be for a little bit. Physical ranged.
Yeah. Oh, shall we?
Because it's the one thing I have at 100, so we might as well start there.
Someone has their Great Serpent of Ronka out.
It was probably just visiting the greatest serpent.
Scream!
I can't believe they did that to us.
They did. Hello, Brookivu. I think this is who we need to talk to.
Yes. Uncouth customers. Baruch Evu has an urgent job for a courageous soul.
Bring it.
Well, yeah, Theron. I was wondering when you'd be along. Not a moment too soon, either. I've got an urgent job that needs doing, and there's no one else I'd entrust with it. Of course, you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly. We had a seat over there.
Oh, he wants a different seat over there.
Amazingly, that is where I was sitting before you picked me up for the hunt marks.
Nice.
My tacos still haven't arrived. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Baruch Evu, proprietor of Zabalia of TA. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone. People hailing from across the Tral, and sometimes further, come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Oh, just wait until the Lockrets find this place.
They'll be asking for carrot tacos for days.
Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into my motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago.
You're having patron problems.
Sitting just over there, in fact, having a conversation most foul. Hi, Doodles. I thank you all for coming here so far from your respective homes.
Really a mammoth.
Uh-huh. This is 4, and okay, it'll be you. Boy, now there's decorations.
Yep. As this is the first time we have met, have all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am.
Welcome. What will you be having?
That's also me.
Oh, it is?
Yes, that is a female Hrothgar.
Okay.
Welcome. What will you be having? Could we have a moment, please? Why'd you raise your hand? You're in the middle of something very important. Don't raise your hand! Now then, where was I? Oh yes, Apea. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the Passage of the Unbound, my secretive, villainous order of ambitious to sow discord throughout the world.
Really?
And she just says this openly. Humph. Villainous does not often call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have their meetings in places where all eyes can see. What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand what those words are everything. Really? I think these are villain idiots.
Maybe?
But I digress.
Cosplaying villains?
I invite you here for one reason. To throw the world into a mire of chaos and then watch its nations crumble. What else could we call ourselves if not villainous?
My only interest is to punish all who've dared mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. A grand design for a group of 6. Even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish.
I regret to say that you are right. At present, we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. She likes hearing herself, doesn't she? And in order to do so, become unbound, like the bird soaring above us, and we shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black. But sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds, and even little birds must trust.
You speak of finding strength. Is that why we're here? To look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might at my beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero.
Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Taral. Across the continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power.
Since when did any of these tables have 6 chairs?
Did you say artifacts? Oh, I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. My imagination is overflowing with images of the newfound trickery might take. I dare say the world is not yet ready. Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the desperate tribes which make their home in the Taral continent, where they have been passed down through generations of sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contains the essence of fearsome beasts called Taral Vidral, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us.
I knew there had to be more Taral Vidral in here somewhere.
We shall take the objects ourselves and bring them across the sea and use them to undermine nations far and wide. By means of which you each choose to do so, I leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. I I take it there are no questions? Then let the passage of the Unbound open wide unto the world. We begin at once.
After tacos.
No, I think they're bailing on tacos. Would you like some food? Yep, they're bailing on tacos. The monsters. They didn't order a single thing. Yep, they bailed on tacos. Truly
Yeah,
monsters.
now we know they really need to change their priorities. That's the long and short of it. What do you think? I think you don't need me, you need Hildy.
Yeah. This sounds like a Hildy case.
They left without ordering anything?
Villainous indeed.
It's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect and won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like.
Oh, you know I love me some tacos.
Of course, we had a duty to report what we heard to the Landsguard. We did, but it didn't make a damn difference, because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth.
Oh ho.
Not long ago, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with the same story, then another, and so on. By the time we realized the passage of the Unbound was a real threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains.
Really?
This is what we get for putting off the intro of these quests from like 93 to 100.
Yeah, well.
We're kind of busy saving the world.
Saving the world comes first compared to a little role training.
Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they're at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond.
Yeah, that would be me and Rylea.
Now, I know you've business in Tyrol, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place. But if you could take the time to hear Imagine out, you'd be doing a service to many who could really use a helping hand.
Really? You're a cute kitty cat, but that smile is not helping. Sorry. I know she's trying to be adorable, but that smile. She means well. Okay. Hello, Raul.
Okay, Raul. No, don't bother smiling.
Greetings. Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance to the matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable.
Greetings, Ralmusian. At the risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share?
A nuisance? Why, I perish the thought. You've come just in time, in fact. None other than the vaulted Theron and Rylea have agreed to aid us in our search.
And the lighting is doing nothing for her for color.
No, it's not.
Finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our homes shall know no peace. To say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations. If these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you'd better depart on the next ship. Or we can take an Aetherite. But before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tuliolal in search of aid. stand out there in the rain. Lozinekwe there comes from a village far to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she requires a stout protector, someone that can be leaned upon when times are darkest.
I.e. tank.
The heirloom that Nyipine must recover afflicts terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract this effect.
Right.
The search for Sashipya's tribal treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. Melee.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, there is Sui, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, decide it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery.
Did they roll physical ranged and physical melee together?
No.
Aren't you forgetting someone, Rolja? Your crisis is just about as pressing if you won't say it yourself. Just a second.
Right.
Excuse me. Rahulja hails further from the south than evil Mamook, and he has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who could strike down their prey from afar. Okay, this is physical ranged.
Now, the question I wonder is it pure happenstance that he's ours because we're doing ranged? Or does the one who steps forward to do the introduction depend on which role you're in at the moment?
I've got a feeling it's pure happenstance, considering we're still in the introduction phase.
Same here, but it'd be a neat trick for them to pull. Anyway.
It's the only way to escape the effects of the village's treasure. Did I get that right?
Indeed, indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Raul Majun. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures. All are waiting for the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be you too. So 5 of them. Okay.
Of course. I'll share all that I know in the matter. You only need to ask. And know that I will not hold it against you should you choose to assist only those for whom your talents are best suited. So long as you do what you can, the people of Terrell maybe even further will be in your debt. We got this. Slowly, but we got this.
Might take a little time to get to all of it, but... So yeah, 5 tribes for the 5 roles. Yep, role quests. 6 villains, which means 1 for each of the roles, plus a unified once we're done with the other 5.
And the unified is not out yet.
Oh, really?
Nope. That one's coming in. Hey, Rahulja. Let's talk.
To steal a steel hog. Rahulja's eyes are full of expectation. Or is it dust? I think it's rainwater. Greetings. So you've decided to aid my people in retrieving our treasure, yes?
Yes.
They will be glad to know my long and arduous journey from our homeland in the distant south of Yaktaral was not in vain. Yeah, further south than Mamul. As for the treasure we would have you recover, it contains the undying essence of an armadillo Tural Vidral. Armadillo, ma'am? Spare armadillo?
Armadillo?
These steel hogs, as we call them, rely on their tough hides to protect themselves from predators. Legends speak of one that lived to an extraordinary age, perhaps due to his natural suit of armor, and came to be known as the Lord of the Forest. At the end of its long life, our ancestors enshrined the Vidral's soul within the Steelhawk vessel. For generations since, the divine blessings it bestows have been a great boon to my people. Those under its protection need not fear wild beasts, for fang and claw cannot harm them. This allows us to hunt in the forest without risking our lives. This treasure, so crucial to our people, was stolen by a tall, slender merchant, or rather a man posing as one. He came bearing exotic wares from foreign lands and served alcohol freely, toasting often to new friendships. My people became caught up in celebration. In the morning, the merchant was gone along with the Steelhawk vessel. Without it, we cannot bestow its blessing afresh upon our hunters. The effect wanes over time, and one by one we are losing our protection against the savage predators that stalk our lands. As I and my granddaughter, Steeljaw, still possess the treasure's blessing, we have been tasked with locating the Steelhawk vessel and returning it to the village. The trail led us here to Tuliolal, where we believe the perpetrator boarded a ship and made good his escape. The journey here was already pushed by this decrepit body of mine, has already pushed this decrepit body of mine beyond its natural limits, and a lengthy voyage by sea would likely be my end. Although I urge Steeljaw not to make the crossing alone, she was determined to give chase. Given that you hail from across the ocean, your knowledge of those lands will prove invaluable to her. Not only that, but our quarry may use the Steelhawk vessel to his own ends. Only a skilled warrior can stand against a foe, and Steeljaw is no warrior. You'll have your treasure too.
Two shakes of an armadillo's tail.
No, we're not even going to pretend to think about refusing this.
Nope. Not in a light. Nope. Not gonna happen.
Armadillo, ma'am. I am truly grateful. My granddaughter's first port of call is a place called Alamigo. You see, as the thief took all his wares with him, the only clue left behind was an empty bottle of whatever grog he was serving. After asking the sailors here, it seems it was produced in Alamigo. With no other leads, Steeljaw set forth. Once you arrive, she should not be difficult to find. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of Mamuljaw in Alamigo.
Yeah, you'll see them more north on La Nosea.
Yeah. These days, only a handful of Mamuljaw attempt the journey. Most of the brutish mercenaries. Steeljaw is a far daintier creature, and is sure to have made a favorable impression on the locals. May the Steelhawk watch over you. Steeljaw has traveled to Alamigo. Perhaps you should begin your search by asking around at Rauger's Reach. It'll be hilarious if she's like a big brute of a warrior woman.
I don't think she is.
I don't think so either, but it'd be hilarious. It's just the only way he can see his granddaughter. It brings me great solace to know my granddaughter has such a capable ally. Of course, retrieving the artifact is of the utmost importance, but it is Steeljaw's safety that concerns me most. I dread to think what dangers await her across the ocean. She'll be in good hands.
She will. And we're off!
No!
Did I clip you?
Yeah. These stairs are tricky.
Kind of surprised we haven't seen an orca yet.
Yeah.
He's probably busy with things. Unfortunately, I've been mostly tired most of the day.
Sorry.
Not your fault I woke up with an allergy headache.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I just kind of rolled over and went back to bed.
Was Nurse Fullpix any help?
Yes, she was.
You probably should do her a nurse's cap.
Yeah. As we go through so many fairies. Alas, there is no airship service.
No, well, not across the ocean, that's for sure.
And not to the Isles.
Yeah.
Though we have seen airships make the journey.
Yeah, and setting up an airship service there would, be believable. Airship service across basically the Atlantic Ocean, not so much.
Across the salt, yeah. One can hope.
Mm-hmm.
Urza, you ready for this? Work, work!
Some real exercise. In the rain.
Flying with wet feathers. Never fun.
Yeah.
And with a low flight ceiling. I assume the aether just pools closer to the ground in the old zones. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. I can't believe they actually gave a kind of lampshade excuse to why all the different flying mounts.
Yes.
Hey there, Orca! Hey. We are
you missed
off
the opening.
Yeah, we're off to
and you missed us missing tacos.
Yes, we missed tacos. We're off to try and... Ooh, someone has the Mountain Dew birdie!
Yes, there's a group, self-proclaimed villains. Not the brightest set of bulbs, but they have somehow managed to steal a set of artifacts related to Tral Vidral.
Now here's a question. If Tral Vidral are kind of like auspices that have gone around the bend because of Aether, and their souls can be bound to objects, does that make the pot for the Greater Serpent of Ronka, or the Great Serpent of Ronka, and just in general, the Serpent of Ronka, a Tral Vidral?
I hate you. There's a thought I really don't want. By the way, on my blog, I have posted my thing for Dawntrail. I keep forgetting what I wanted to add to it, which is why I haven't really boosted it around a little more, because I want to talk about the fact that the dead were basically a
mini primals.
Primals, yes. So I have a bit more to try and work in there somewhere.
Let's not fly through the Mutai cellars.
That'd be best.
I still do not understand why they chose to make a boundary the middle of a working distillery as its own boundary.
Come see how booze is made.
Well, in this case, it's more like soy sauce, but...
Yeah. I was just thinking of the one place on the way to your parents.
Come see how cheese is made. They've taken those signs down. I'm so disappointed.
I know. How are we going to find out how cheese is
made? I know. But yeah, effectively we have a villainous group that has gone and stolen a bunch of sacred objects from a bunch of little local tribes and have ported it back to Eorzea to try and do villainous things. And each of these...
Apparently try and topple the city-states.
Yes. And the reason why this is trouble is those relic objects contain souls of... Tral Vidral.
Yeah, the one we're dealing with, we're actually told about it all and everything by a Mamul Jaw from further south than Mamul. So they're really out of the sticks.
And we are currently heading to Alamiga, which is one of the center culture areas that we deal with in Stormblood.
Yes. The Buns aren't too far away from dealing with the area. They were quite a ways from dealing with the city.
Yeah. Well, right now we're going to Ralger's Reach, so...
Yeah. Which is earlier on things. Yeah, these are all zones that the Buns will see once they...
I went the wrong way. My bad.
Oops. But these are zones the Buns will be seeing...
You know what?
Once they get through the...
Let's turn around and go in the other way, because this dust storm is mighty enough that I'm going to have problems finding the opening.
Yes.
So we'll just fly through the lightning and thunder instead.
Very, very frightening.
And we are right now searching for a female Mamul Jaw who has crossed the salt and is trying to...
And is behind that pillar.
No.
Nope.
But we need to talk with her.
Yeah. Well, local guard, she should have an idea if she's seen anybody.
Hello, Adilla. Long time no see. A Momo Jaw, you say? As it happens, she came over while I was cleaning the cannons. She showed me an empty Arc bottle and said she was looking for the bloke who had belonged to. Thing is, that brand's found
He got them all drunk on Arak.
Yeah. Thing is, that brand's found all over Alamiga, so I wasn't able to help narrow down her search.
And trapped.
Poof.
Yeah. Managed to evade their no-link policy.
Yeah, that's kind of a trick, because I have not changed my link policies.
Well, it's because he put in the space, so it wasn't technically a link.
Yes, I saw Mumal Jah on my patrols, but he carried an enormous axe, not at all like the person you described. That was the wrong button. That was the button I meant.
You didn't want to do a shield samba crossing the river?
No. Garamani. Ah, yes, I met the Momo Jaw girl that you're after. She was looking for a tall, thin man. Some sort of thief, apparently.
Oh, yes.
It sounded a bit like the leader of a gang of bandits that lurks around the Vidrala, and I told her as much. Chances are that's where she's headed. I hope she stays out of trouble.
I hope so, too. She's supposedly no warrior. There we go.
Sorry, I thought you'd... My bad.
No, I was still finding the menu entry. I still kind of wonder if maybe her grandfather just can't help seeing her as this sweet little thing.
That is
she hasn't
possible.
been in like 10 years.
Yeah, well. I will not deny that possibility. We are talking about Mumul Jah here, though the
Also
females
true.
tend to stay at home, so...
Yeah. Most
culturally.
likely, yeah, but...
Do not ascribe to a culture the actions of an individual. Because individuals are individual. Hello. Waylaid merchant. Oh dear.
Oh dear. That's a very concerned looking chocobo.
I think that's you. It's kind of hard to tell. For the merchant.
Yes.
Not gonna... I guess you went in.
Jaw is you.
Oh, I talked to the Waylaid merchant before going in.
Oh, I didn't notice he was clickable.
Yeah, he is. He's basically just saying, ouch.
Yeah.
Here, let me apply some of this ointment. It's a common remedy where I come from.
You tell her.
Oh, are you here to lend a hand? This poor soul was attacked.
Actually.
This poor soul was attacked by highwaymen, and I could use the help tending his wounds.
Don't worry about me. It's my escort who's in trouble. He's in pursuit of the thieves, and I fear he's bitten off more than he can chew. Please, will you aid him?
Yeah, we're right on it. We'll be right back. Stay right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has bitten off more than he can chew. Thankfully, once we get there, so have the bandits. You thieving bastards! Uh-oh.
And there's the vessel.
Right. What? But how?
Oh, the swings are good.
Behold! Ah!
There's a lot of my evil twins about.
Nothing like a bit of divine intervention to tip the scales in my favor. With this artifact in my hands, I am invincible. Yeah, and that's also what we call an obvious accessible focus, at least if we can get through the barrier. Another one, eh? Not that it matters. Kakulja! It's time you earned your coin. I appreciate the assistance, but he wasn't joking about divine intervention.
Yeah, we'll see how divine it is in a minute.
Some strange force pushed me away. I can't even get near them. Yeah, I don't need to get near.
The steel hog vessel. Return it at once. And the stolen goods. Oh, he won't fight against her.
Oh, you followed me all the way here from your backwater village. Alas, your journey has been for naught. The vessel is mine. I, Chaltufe, will make better use of the artifact than you and your ilk ever could. By the might bestowed upon me, I will become savior to the oppressed and destitute.
In other words, you.
Something like that. In light of my grand ambitions, the vessel's power would be wasted on the likes of you. If you cannot eat and hunt without it, might I suggest a change of diet? I hear that acorns are delicious this time of year. Really, I'm not even going to try a test shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't have let him talk. Damn it all, I was so close.
Unless it's really important, don't interrupt the villain while he's monologuing.
But now is not the time for regrets. You two are in need of a healer. I'll see them safely to Ralger's Reach. Would you mind meeting us there? Once their injuries have been treated, we'd better tell the resistance soldiers what happened.
Yeah.
That looks so much better with the Alamega standard on it. Or actually, it's the Resistance's standard, specifically. A proper Alamega standard would be the 2 griffins.
Yes.
Yeah. And while each of the city-states is still its own unique government, we're getting closer to a unified Eorzea as a government body.
Now, certainly the alliances keep getting tighter.
Yeah. And I'm hoping it stays that way, because that's how we get peace. Peace and commerce and trade.
Merchant. Losing all that stock is a bitter pill to swallow. We're lucky they didn't take our lives as well.
This is true.
I thought I could handle whatever ruffians the desert might throw at us. Some escort I turned out to be. Yeah, you ran into an idiot with delusions of grandeur. Sorry.
Well, I'm glad we made it to safety without any more trouble. Those bandits wouldn't dare step foot in this place. How rude of me. I never asked your names, or how you chanced across us, for that matter. Actually, we came looking for you. Your grandfather sent us. You came all this way from Tuliolal at my grandfather's behest? I can't tell you how grateful I am. As for the highwaymen, they possess the Steel Hog vessel, a treasure from my village. Not only does it grant protection from harm, it also protects a potent blast when the barrier is dispelled.
Ah, and that's why you need to be at range.
As long as our enemies have the vessel, attacks at close quarters will be extremely risky. Although, as we say in my village, cracks form in even the mightiest of shields. Knowing this, we are careful not to rely too heavily on its power. But now that the Steelhog vessel has been stolen, this selfsame power is being turned against innocent people, such as yourselves. I can only hope you can forgive me for allowing this to happen.
There's nothing to forgive. If anything, we should thank you for coming to our aid. That, Sheltife and his lackeys have a lot to answer for. Indeed. We'll give the Resistance our testimonies, and with any luck, the information will go some way to clapping those bandits in irons.
I'll go with you. The soldiers here need to be warned about the vessel.
No, leave that to us. We'll relay what you've told us word for word. After all, you'll need to move quickly to have any chance of getting your artifact back. When you catch those robbers, give them one for me.
You got it. How about you, Theron, Rylea? I hope I can count on you two to be there for whatever else comes next.
That's why we're here.
I know it. I sensed you're eager to get started, but I need time to plan our next move. Bandits not known for being found easily. I was surprised to see a fellow Mamul Jah among them. I can't imagine why a Kakul Jah would work for Shatafa of all people.
Yeah, she knows them.
I wouldn't be surprised if he came across Assault to earn coin.
Yep.
To try and win her over.
Maybe. And probably just happened to mention, this, artifact from his village.
Yeah.
Bandits abound. Though hers is not the easiest face to read, Sutil Jah's expression suggests she has vital information to share.
Theron, Rylea, I need to share something that might help us. One of the soldiers has been contending with some bandits who stole the vessel. I'll go find him. Give me a moment, will you?
All the moments you need.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Ha! When she told me she'd been sent an assistant, I never would have guessed it'd be any of the saviors of Alamigo.
You're something of a local celebrity, I take it. Yeah, we've done some work here. I'd love to hear more about that, but for now, let's concentrate on the matter at hand.
Yes, quite. The bandits you've been chasing are behind a spate of recent incidents in Alamigo.
I bet they have.
What's more, it appears that Chaltefe is part of a larger network known as the Passage of the Unbound. Yes, we know. Which is spreading its mayhem far and wide. In particular, they've been carrying out raids on trade caravans heading here from Gridania. We've increased patrols along that route, but the bastards strike so quickly they've usually made good their escape by the time aid arrives. On the rare occasions we've caught them in the act, they use some kind of device or magic object to deflect our arrows and send us sprawling.
That's the Steel Hog vessel. It was stolen from my village, you see. I'm sorry for all the trouble it's caused. The one who took it, Shaltify, said something about using its power to help the oppressed and destitute. What do you think he meant by that?
Himself? That sounds familiar. The reports say the thieves are shouting something along those lines during the other raids. They claim the merchants are overworking and underpaying their laborers, and therefore deserve to be targeted. I don't see how stealing a bunch of goods helps the workers, and there's not a shred of evidence that anyone is being exploited. Ask me, they're just in it for the money. In any case, their reasons won't matter a jot once they're behind bars. But for that, we'll have to catch them first. The most recent incident occurred near Porta Praetoria, one of the waypoints on the road to the palace. Yes? If you want to know more, you'd best hear it straight from the commander there. Anyway, I'll send word ahead to let her know you're coming. Assuming you are, that is.
Yes, of course. Much appreciated. This sounds like a promising lead. The soldiers here were good enough to explain the lie of the land here, so I should have no trouble making the journey myself. I'll see you there.
We can take you in a carriage.
It seats four. Come on, Urza!
Yeah. They never listen.
Nope.
Job security for Urza.
Quick! Ferrari on the other side. Oops. Quick! Ah, the Red Mage Ziggurat.
Oh, right. That place was annoying.
Yes, it was. But it's important, so there you go. So, are we having armadillo willies or tacos for lunch tomorrow?
We'll see. You know, they should probably disassemble the fallen tower.
You think? Unfortunately, it's right in the middle of Man-Eater Quiggin land, so kind of hard to get to. They've got a lot of statues of Rauger they need to fix.
Yep. And bridges and all the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are in Porta Praetoria.
I think I found the right person, though it's rather difficult to tell who's who with all these matching uniforms. With masks.
Yeah, I was going to say, I disagree except for the fact that, yeah, they have the face covering masks.
Ah, good, you're both here. My colleagues at Rauger's Reach have told me everything. I can confirm that we've had several sightings of Shaltafe and his gang in recent days. They've taken to ambushing our patrols. Whereas most brigands would flee from armed soldiers, this lot seems to take pleasure in goading us into attacking. The treasure they carry makes them invulnerable. It can also emit a devastating blast, but that's only effective at short range. Shaltafe wants to draw the soldiers in closer to Shaltafe wants to draw the soldiers in closer quarters because there they stand no chance. Well, that explains the uncommon boldness. Thank you. This information will go far in helping us contend with the bandits.
Sorry to interrupt.
Speaking of Shaltafe and his bandits, who might you be?
Oh, simple peddlers, my good lady. I myself am of Gridanian stock, and after learning my craft in the markets of Ul'dah, I now deliver all manner of finery to eager patrons throughout Erzea. But enough about that. I hope you'll forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing you mention a gang of highwaymen. We've heard similar tales from other traders passing through, and it seems some stretches of the road are more dangerous than others. In fact, the bandits are most often seen at a specific location not far from here. If you like, we can take you there ourselves.
Do I need to get out my Admiral Akbar costume?
Maybe.
Please, by all means. No, you're not helping! Wait, Theron and Rylea can take care of themselves, but I cannot allow more civilians than necessary to be in the area believed to be teeming with bandits. It seems I have no choice but to ask you to go on without me. Sorry, but if those highwaymen did turn up, I wouldn't be much in a good fight. While you head off to investigate, I'll see if there's any more information to be had here.
Or are we really just going to go along with this?
I think
When
we
it's
are.
settled, I shall leave our newfound friend in your capable hands. Uh-oh. What? If you say so. I suppose we should be on our way then. If we do run into those highwaymen, you'll protect us, right?
Right.
We will protect you every bit as much as you deserve.
Yep.
Girl. One's headed your way now. You know what to do. What? Unacceptable. Either you do this without my help, or I'll find someone who can. Show some backbone for once. Someone having trouble finding good help.
Maybe. Hilarious traitor.
Garrulous.
Mm-hmm.
As luck would have it, my fellows and I have yet to be assailed by any bandits. I can't imagine why. Perhaps if the other caravans invested in some proper escorts, they wouldn't be such easy targets.
It doesn't help that your hair is a very unusual color. Should you encounter the highwaymen, I trust you will exercise some degree of restraint. We can't interrogate the suspects if you reduce them to a bloody pulp now, can we? Just put them on their asses and leave the rest to us.
So demanding.
I know. I'll see if they can tell me anything more about Chateaufour and his gang. Be careful out there, won't you?
Yes.
We're totally walking into a trap.
No, I think we're flying into one. Or riding into one, I suppose.
It's just around the corner, so...
Yep.
Faint-hearted traitor.
Heck, did you hear that? Those balls, it must be my imagination. Let's not dally around here too long, eh? We're almost there. Just on the other side of this gully. Actually, if it's all the same to you, we'll wait here while you go on ahead. This is already more than close enough for my liking. Here are the tracks. Let us follow them.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yep. No, you didn't. Please stop! I have no more bones to break! What just hit me?
They never learn.
Oh, you two want to come clean? What? You're back? I mean, welcome back. Yes, that's it. It's time for a slash doubt or two. You beat them? All of them?
Yeah.
Very fortunate. When then I does contact the boss. I'm sure he'll want to know all about this.
Yes.
No doubt he's still talking to your friend and the commander. They'll be glad to hear you've come to no harm.
You do that
No
thing.
link pearls. You'll never guess what, boss. She trounced a lot of them. Yes. Understood. I'm not quite sure why, but he said they'll be here in a jiffy.
Is it true? You beat them all single-handedly? Well, the two of us.
The blot that bothered to show up, yes.
Gods be good. I'm glad you're on our side. Anyway, I'll take it from here.
My, very impressive. And how jolly convenient for those villains to appear exactly where we thought they would, too. But above all, I'm glad no one was hurt. Well, no one important, that is.
I'm relieved to see everyone's safe. It must have taken a lot of courage to bring Theron and Rylea here, knowing the dangers could be looking around every corner. Are you sure you're all right? You've been putting on a brave face for our benefit, so there's no need, I assure you.
No, we're fine. Couldn't be better. Well, then, I'd say that's enough excitement for one day. We'd best continue on our way to the Alamegan Quarter. Where's to sell, deals to broker, that sort of thing. I dare say it'll be some time before any ne'er-do-wells have the gall to descend upon the neck of the desert. As for you, my friends, I advise you to not stray too far from the beaten path, if you know what's good for you. Ta-ta!
There's nothing left for us to hear, so let's head back to Porta Pretoria. Can we just jump him now and save us 5 quests worth of trouble?
This is definitely one of those where we're letting them play out lots of rope to hang themselves with.
That is true. Well, that was all very strange. One moment they're helping us apprehend criminals, and the next they're racing off to peddle their wares elsewhere. Merchants certainly are a busy lot, aren't they? Not that I'm complaining, of course. With those suspects in our custody, I'm sure the Resistance would be able to wring some valuable information out of them.
I think that Mr. Timid would have been far more valuable for information.
I expect all that ringing will take a while, though. It looks like we've been given an opportunity for a low rest. You've certainly earned it.
Take me to your leader. Sitilja is patiently waiting for the Resistance to finish interrogating the captured highwayman.
At a guess, I'd say the Resistance has been interrogating the captured highwaymen for long enough to get some answers from them. With any luck, we may even learn more about where we can find Shalterfo. I'm sure the commander is as eager as we are to put a stop to his misdeeds. So let's go. If she's unearthed any Wow, I'm tongue-tying myself tonight. I am sorry. Let's go and see if she's unearthed any useful information.
Useful information would be good.
As opposed to unuseful information? Not like we're going far here. Hello, Commander. I was just about to send someone for you. Glad you could save me the bother. I have a favor to ask of you three. I'm going to let the criminals walk free, and I want you to follow him. You see, our questioning revealed that the bandits are indeed working with Shatafel. If we cut one of them loose, he might lead us straight to their den. But if the mission fails and you're discovered, you may find yourselves confronted with an untold number of outlaws. Of course,
we'll manage.
Of course, I consider sending some of my own men, but I suspect that by now the bandits know our faces. After Theron Rylea's little display in the gully, I'm sure he alone can handle whatever trouble that comes their way. I'll go with him. If this really does lead to Shatafel, I need to be there when we find him. Very well, but if it comes to a fight, you stay behind Rylea, you understand? Theron's going to be out front, so that's kind of a no-go. I'll have the suspect brought over now, but remember what I said. Stay out of sight until he leaves.
This is going to be another follow-up. Don't look at me like that. I said I'm sorry, didn't I?
Aye, that you did. Several times. And as much as it galls me, there's no evidence to contradict your claim that you were acting in self-defense, nor is the tangible proof of any wrongdoing, so I have no choice but to let you go. You have somewhere to go, I presume.
Is that mask?
Yes. They all were wearing that mask.
Why? Well, I suppose I can find work loading caravans in Aligiri. Seems as good a place as any for making a quick turning over a new leaf.
In that case, I'll have you escorted there. But you best keep your nose clean, or we'll have to come down on you like a tons of bricks. Humph. Turn over a new leaf, my arse. You'll be back among the thieving mates before long, and you'll be right there behind them. For now, all we need to know is their location of their den. Do not attempt to approach the subjects.
Aww.
I'll send word on ahead to Aligiri. Once you have the information we need, report to the troop station there. This is our chance we've been waiting for. Let's go. Enough, to Aligiri we go! And that's the arc that saved half the continent from the flood of the Six Ungle Calamity?
Either 5th or 6th. Probably 6th.
I think it's 6th. I think 5th was ice. I could be wrong, though. Ursa does her best sneaky sneak.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. So much for finding work in Alighieri. He's only just arrived and he's already leaving town. Now comes the tricky part. Keep your eyes on him and his eyes off us. Stick close, but not too close.
Yeah, we know. We've been through these before.
Yep.
Yep.
Follow from a distance. After him.
After him. Ah, free at last.
Hide.
Gotta make sure I ain't being followed. Better have a look around first. Gonna orbit this rock, aren't we? Not a pretty stone. I bet it's worth a gill or two. Yeah, he is not the brightest bulb. Which way was it? Left, I think. Oh dear. We don't find the bandits' hideout because he can't remember how to get there.
Is he trying to get rid of us? No, he's just being stupid. Hide!
Better have a look about. Looks like I'm not being followed. This building's abandoned.
Yes.
Could have sworn I heard something.
He won't be able to spot us if something or other.
If we stay hidden. Ah! Darn it. I failed. I couldn't keep track of the line properly.
And you were pretty much right on the egg.
I know. But between me, you, and her, I was having trouble sorting out the tree.
I'm sure they'll be polite and wait for you. There we go. Camera's on you now. Ha 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 ha.
Who knows?
I'm going
You'll
to go
see
get a
me.
glass of going to get a glass of water while you do this.
find the chocobo delivering packages. Hang on, what happened to the others who got caught? Not my problem, I suppose. Time to head back.
Not very brave.
No. He has no brightness.
I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry, YouTube.
Oh, did you stop the YouTube stream?
I restarted it.
Yeah. You're a line.
Those are the merchants we met in Porta Pretoria. Well, duh.
Merchants is one word for them. So they just let you go out of the kindness of their hearts, is that it? Not only that, but you came crawling straight back here, leading whoever they sent to track you right to our doorstep. I swear to it, no one followed me. The soldiers took me as far as Alagiri, and then they went back the way they came. Made sure they were specks in the distance before I even set foot outside of the town. I suppose I've no choice but to take you at your word. Not that it's worth much. Well, now that this charade is at an end, let us change into something a little less drab.
Yep. Predictable. Entirely predictable.
Chotafe? Why did you make us fight that woman without the blessing? She could have killed a lot of us without breaking a sweat. Mere oversight, that's all. Though it pains me to admit it, even with the invulnerability granted by the artifact, the likes of us are ever at the mercy of the truly powerful. I never expected the Mumul-Jaw wretch to hire a warrior of such caliber to retrieve the vessel. Pox on those interfering nincompoops. They're calling us nincompoops. But the Mumul-Jaw girl didn't seem a bad sort. Naive, maybe. But it's plain that her heart's in the right place. You truly are pathetic. Not only did you fail miserably, but now you're sympathizing with the enemy. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't rid myself of you permanently. No, please, we owe everything to you, Chotafe. Without you, we're nothing.
They were all in it from the beginning, with Shataful pulling the strings. This is how he treats his friends. Imagine what he'll do to his enemies.
Uh-oh. You couldn't stay away, could you? What? Imbecile! You led them right to us! Kukulja, eliminate these vermin! So, how tough is that shield?
Yeah, he doesn't want to do this.
Nope.
Let me handle this.
Oh.
You're from Tral, working here as a mercenary, yes?
Okay, not from the village or something.
The ones who hired you stole the Steelhog vessel from my village. We need its blessing to stand a chance against the beasts of the forest. Can't you return home without the vessel?
Either you return home empty-handed, or you won't be returning at all. I'd rather not harm a fellow Turali, so get out of here before I change my mind. I've bought enough time by listening to your blathering. Don't let me catch you sniffing around our tails. We'll try not to let you catch us next time.
Now that acts as a common drop. Shatafa and his underlings are out of sight. I thought I could make that Kakul Jaw see sense, but he was clearly in no mood to listen. I'd say our best option is to report this to the Resistance members in Aligiri and share what we've learned.
He did listen. Hey, Beko.
He came running back in after returning a package.
Yes.
I went ahead and gave an account, though I expect he'd more like to hear yours as well.
Regardless of how things turned out, we appreciate your cooperation in the investigation. The information you've provided us has certainly given us a lot to consider. From what I hear, you almost came to blows with a Mumulja sellsword, or sellaxe, I suppose. I'm glad it didn't come to violence, especially given the power these bandits have at their disposal. Even so, we thank you for braving such a dangerous mission.
No thanks are needed. We're just as much as part of this investigation as the Resistance. I'm sure we can all agree we'll need to work together to take down Shatafa and his gang. Their performance at Porta Praetoria shows just how cunning they are. No, it shows how cunning he is. Everyone else is as stupid as rocks. Except for the Mumul Jaw. He's actually smart.
Yeah, he's probably the smartest one in the group. It would seem so, yes. I'm told their little act was most convincing. No, it wasn't. I'll be sure to warn my comrades against any similar shenanigans. As for the two of you, be careful out there.
All things considered, I'd say that went fairly well. Shatafa used the same trick as the time he came to my village, namely, posing as a simple trader when he's in fact a dastardly thief. Still, not even the most skilled actors could fake the fear in those men's eyes. It appears that Shatafa has complete control over them, and they are powerless to resist. The only one who didn't seem afraid was Kakulja. He even let us go when we had no obligation to do so. I think that if we had a chance to talk, we might find some common ground.
Yes, I get that feeling too.
Yeah. I knew you would. I'd never been much of a fighter, but I make it up for it in other ways. I'm a fairly good judge of character, for one. For most of my life, I've lived in a remote village deep in the forest. I had hardly any contact with the outside world, and so the thought of talking to strangers was quite daunting at first. But over the course of my journey, I've traveled through all kinds of places. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Wherever you go, people are people. In the end, our cultures and the places we grew up don't make it that big of a difference. None of us are perfect, and we each have our faults. And even if it's harder to find in some than others, I believe there's good in all of us. That is why we have a chance to speak with the thieves and Kukulja. I'm certainly not strong enough to beat them at any sense into them, so I'll try talking some sense into them instead. Having said that, well, all of that, I can't feel even a shred of goodness in that Chatafal. Maybe I'm not looking hard enough, or perhaps violence is the only language he understands. Things might get a little rough before he's willing to listen. Anyway, we could save him for last. I'll try thinking of a way to reach out to the other members of the gang. Give me a little time, would you?
How about
No problem.
Wednesday?
Yep, Wednesday.
Wednesday sound good?
I think Wednesday sounds awesome. See you Wednesday. Now, if I remember right, there is a barkeep just over here.
Of course you remember where all the barkeeps are.
Hey, Word here.
You ever need a drink, stop by my pub anytime you like for one on the house. Any friend of the Resistance is a friend of mine.
Dunk.
Yeah.
But there's seats right here. Nice, comfy seats.
Look out, you might find on Wednesday Boku decided your seat was very comfy.
Yes.
He's looking at you.
Yes, he is. And he's looking at my lap, and I wish he wouldn't. Burbs, what can you do?
Work.
With that said, I think it's time to call it a night. We will be back on Wednesday to hopefully finish the chain. If not, we'll definitely finish it by Friday.
Yes.
With that said, thank you all very much for coming along. We will see you later. Until then, be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep, and we will see you next time.
Yes, everyone have a great night. Hope to see you Wednesday.